evening, brothers, sisters, and gender-norm sisters. It's time for some more Knights of the Old Republic 2 with me, your host, Ollamh. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, we are finally going back to Dantooine. A place where, you know, presumably our character has been before, because that was like the Jedi Enclave, the Jedi Academy of the area. That's where Revan, that's partially, at least partially where Revan trained, and that's probably where Revan recruited our current character. And yeah, we need to find, Master, I think it's Master Vrook that we're looking for, the whatever species Yoda is, that the current one for this time period. And it sounds like they are not particularly fans of Jedi in general, which is just a little awkward. I want to take a look here real quick. Let's see here. So yeah, I think most of the people are kind of weary about the Jedi because of the Jedi Civil War. Some may be, you know, I get the feeling that some of them are going to be kind of not just leery, but like aggressive towards Jedi. We'll see. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into it here. So we are actually gonna take Mandalore and the Handmaiden. This woman notices...
You'll find little welcome here, Jedi. For your own good, I recommend you speak to Administrator Adari, quickly finish your business in Kunda, and go.
Could you please answer some of my questions first?
I will answer your questions.
Who is Administrator Adari?
She was the agricultural administrator of Dantooine. After the Sith attack, she kept us together. Without her, the only thing you'd see around here are mercenaries.
Why are there so many mercenaries here?
We had problems with Mandalorian mercenaries even before the Jedi Civil War. The Jedi helped clear most of the problem up, but after the war, many soldiers from both sides of the conflict became mercenaries. And since we're so far from the core, some started gathering here.
Have the mercenaries caused any problems?
The difference between an out-of-work mercenary and a raider is a vibroblade's edge. The only thing we can prove they've done is intimidate a few farmers. The farmers give them goods, money, or food just to stay on their good side. The only one that isn't scared of them is the administrator. There have also been a lot of disappearances recently, and not all of them can be blamed on Cath hounds. But nobody can prove the mercenaries are responsible.
Who has disappeared?
A farmer here and there, or a family. We lost enough people during the war that keeping the Cath hound and Kinrath populations under control hasn't been possible. So there are a lot of animal attacks. Some deaths, too. The disappearances might be just coincidence, but a lot of the stubborn folk seem to be more accident-prone.
Where is Kunda?
Kunda is the big building just outside the landing port. It used to be the estate of a man named Matali, but he and his family disappeared around the time of the bombardment. The administrator rebuilt it, and now this is our center of government.
This is your center of government?
I know it doesn't look like much, but there aren't many settlers that live on this planet. This building is the start of something new for us. We're very proud of it.
Okay. I'd be more impressed if there weren't so many holes. I'll be going
Just
now.
head into the building and you'll find your way to the administrator. I'll be over by the entrance if you need anything else.
Okay. So, right, we can level you guys up, which is awesome. All right, you are already +3. Let's give you +3 there on your constitution. All right, so we'll go ahead and give you a disable droid. Oh, you've got a couple levels. All right. All right, your feet, which we'll go ahead and step up your dueling. And we will also go ahead and give you destroy droids. We'll go ahead and do a save here real quick.
Greetings and good day, traveler. On behalf of the Kunda settlement, I am programmed to welcome you to Dantooine. Is there something I can do to serve you?
What can you tell me?
My apologies. I have no recollection of the Sith invasion topic.
Sith invasion?
Error. Memory overflow. Resetting. May I be of any further service to you?
Droid, run a self-diagnostic and report.
Processing. Exterior damage analysis. Level 7 impairment. Multiple casing breaches detected. Bipedal servos misaligned by 32 degrees. Memory storage overflow. Memory unit is approximately 56 months overdue for maintenance.
Fix the droid's memory unit.
Greetings, Jedi. Welcome back to Dantooine.
Hey, did that droid just call you a Jedi?
No, you must be mistaken.
May I be of further service?
No mistake about it. That droid is calling you a Jedi.
The droid is obviously malfunctioning. Do I look like a Jedi?
Yeah, sure you do. I've got to tell the others.
Okay. I want to try and repair the droid so that it'll tell us everything that it can. But also...
Greetings.
Hey, did that droid just call you a Jedi?
May I be of...
No mistake.
I'm not a Jedi. The droid is malfunctioning.
You are not a Jedi.
Okay, so we don't lose any force, any
Greetings,
light.
Jedi. May I be of...
What can you tell me about Dantooine?
Dantooine is a rural world, far removed from most galactic trade routes. Historically, agriculture has been Dantooine's primary industry. Since the destruction of the Jedi Enclave, salvage of the ruins has become a key area of growth for the local community.
What do you know about the ruins?
The famed ruins of the Jedi Enclave can be found northwest of the Kunda outpost. You may visit the ruins at your own risk. Zeron strongly urges salvagers to avoid the highly dangerous sublevel of the Enclave ruins.
Tell me about how the Enclave came to be.
My apologies. May I be...
Is there any work to be done
The
here?
local militia occasionally offers employment to qualified soldiers. Speak to Zeron in the Kunda outpost. Additionally, many visitors come to Kunda to explore the ruins for salvage opportunities.
Salvage?
Kunda's salvage industry is a main source of income for the local community. At their own risk, salvagers may remove relics from designated salvage areas within the ruins.
What do you know about the ruins? So you can just walk into the ruins and take anything you wish?
The fee to remove a relic from Dantooine is proportionate to the appraised value of the item. For more details, speak to Administrator Terena Adare at the Kunda outpost.
All right.
May I...
What are the local areas of interest?
The main area of interest for visitors is the Kunda outpost. There you will find the local officials who preside over the Dantooine colony. Administrator Terena Adare and militia leader Zeron. Zeron strongly urges salvagers to avoid the highly dangerous sublevel of the Enclave ruins.
Right. Why do I think that's where we're going to be going? Why is that?
Due to reduced militia manpower, several dangerous beasts overpopulate the more rural areas of Dantooine. For more information, speak with Zeron in the Kunda outpost. May I...
Why did you call me a Jedi?
My memory banks recognize you as a Jedi. You are among many Jedi who were trained in the Academy here at the Enclave, prior to its destruction during the Sith invasion.
What do you know of me specifically?
You are on the register as one of the Jedi who left the Enclave to fight in the Mandalorian Wars. My memory has no record of your return before now.
Right.
You had no direct interaction with this droid. However, I had one instance of a conversation between Masters Rook and Vandar regarding you.
Tell me more.
Beginning playback. Error. Recording partially corrupted. Resolving.
Today I caught him in a heated argument with my Padawan. His master refuses to properly discipline. I want to know what action you intend.
Luke, I respect your wisdom, but it is not your concern.
But uncontrolled. Whatever the other Padawans see him do, they are quick to do the same. Other students dislike him intensely.
True, an average student of the Force, but with a unique strength, is a natural leader.
I strongly disagree. Mediocre Jedi, lust for power, will lead to the dark side. Furthermore, it...
Recording degraded. End playback.
Right.
May I be of any further service to you?
Nope, I
If
think
you
that's
will
it, thank you.
excuse me, I must continue my appointed round.
Alright, so yeah. Pato Adu. Greetings, human. So many visitors come to Kunda. New faces all the time. Is it sad that... okay. Ecologist and xenobiologist. Await transport off this planet to rejoin my herd. I've explored much of this planet. I'm anxious to depart. What are you doing here? Catalog natural resources of this planet. Fascinating planet filled with life. Many biological... Alright, but even nature is troubled here. The ecosphere's balance has been lost. Without correction, this planet will falter in time. How can it be corrected? Fallen Jedi's proximity may be the root of the problem, but who can say? Something must be causing the mysterious behavior in the Kinrath. What's been going on with the Kinrath? Come in several worlds, they're well known for burrowing. The tunnels near the center may... the tunnels near here appear to be the center of their anomalous behavior. Eager to return to Telos. Right, so you got to be too good. I'm not interested right now. Maybe later. Alright, Corellian power suit and an ion grenade. You guys are cool with me just taking shit. Even 172 credits, which are just laying around. Mandalorian power shield. Impossible. Whoa, don't know what happened there. Something just blew that canister open. I hope everything's okay. There's a special gun. Some dueling armor. So yeah, at least this time around, they're not like, oh yeah, you're a Jedi. We know you're a Jedi. And we don't like you. Okay, so this should be... Yeah, this definitely looks like the old Matali place. Hi.
Charanana gundoso remina
Fellow
kelatu
traveler.
katada.
You're far from your
Keratora
homework.
padano ringatel camarada telafibu nubu da bikarana chenirara.
Starfarer, an honest trader. Every trader says, why are you here?
Charanana gundoso remina
I journey where the
kelatu
solar winds take
katada.
me. For now,
Keratora
they've
padano
brought me
ringatel
here
camarada
to these
telafibu
good
nubu da
human
bikarana
settlers.
chenirara. Deru inturunto wakare kwe wapa teratana chingaradana.
They are in need,
Kera
so
rampadano
I
da
sell them
vinkara
at a
camara
good
celafibu
price.
nubu da. Dosane
They also
karamala
have much
lurin
that
sidera
needs
mel
fixing.
rebe chinchin kranaktada. Deru inturunto wakare kwe wap gerebu. Ninso telepachan korsadara
All right,
nane
even your
gra
meager
gra da
mechanic skills are
nuta
needed. All right. What do you sell?
Deru inturunto wakare kwe wapa
Droid
teratana
components.
chingaradana. Fera
Build droids
rampadano
too.
da vinkara ne camara
They fly the
celafibu
ship and
nubu
keep
da.
me company on long
Dosane karamala
voyages.
lurin sidera mel rebe chinchin kranaktada. Tere wana
Let me see what you got. HK cluster, but we already have HK-47 up and running. Think over here on that side? No? Okay. Door's locked.
Hey, get away from that door! The last time somebody messed with it, it was locked down for months before we could fix it.
Well, that's curious. Target assessor, credits, dueling shield. Big agates exhaust.
You'll find little welcome here.
Right, so Look, I just want to get in and talk to the administrator, maybe the militia captain.
Do you actually believe a Jedi would return here? After all they've done to us? They wouldn't dare.
They certainly would. You remember how they were. Always so superior, so arrogant, and never lending a hand when we really needed them.
I still don't believe it.
You should. My cousin's friend, he used to tend the gardens around the Enclave. He swears he saw a Jedi in Kunda. Could be hiding anywhere.
Well, I hope it's true. I hear there's a bounty on them, and we could certainly use the money.
Unless somebody beats you to it.
Right, so who are you? You were just a random settler.
Welcome to Kunda. You're a salvager, right? You'll need to see Administrator Adare to get access to the ruins. If you need directions to anything else, just ask.
Where is the administrator?
Her office is directly behind this room. You really can't miss it. She can see you now if you like.
What do you have in Kunda?
The things that would most interest you are our weapon merchant Anzeron, the leader of our militia. Akere is still around here somewhere too. He sells droid components.
Where can I find the weapon shop?
Just go to the central corridor and make a right. His shop is the first on the right.
And why would I need to see Zeron?
If you get into any trouble, he's the person you'd contact. Unfortunately, recent problems with the salvagers and mercenaries have kept him quite busy.
All right, where can I find him? Wait, recent problems like...
The mercenaries cause disruptions for some of our outlying settlers. They are a constant source of friction for us. I hear the salvagers are having some internal problems too.
Would you go into
No,
more
I
detail?
couldn't. If you're really interested in that, just speak to Zeron.
All right, where can I find him?
He's at the militia headquarters. Just make a right at the central corridor, and the headquarters is one of the rooms furthest in the back.
Right, okay.
Are you waiting for the administrator too? You won't have to wait too long. But if you want results, now that you may never get here.
Why not?
Kunda's like a droid without his power cell. Useless. We have problems all over, and the most you can get out of the administrator is a pat in the back.
I'm sick of all their excuses and empty words. I need justice now.
I fought in the war, and I know how to use my blaster rifle. If the administrator or Zeron doesn't do something, then I will.
What exactly is your problem?
Salvagers are the problem. They strip bare the ruins that belong to the people of Dantooine. Then they sell what they find back to us at inflated prices.
I'm not a violent man. I've had my share of it in the war. I sincerely hoped I could just hang my blaster rifle on the wall as a souvenir for my grandchildren.
But I can't farm without my equipment.
Wait, the salvagers stole your equipment?
Well, yes and no. I brought my moisture vaporator to Kunda to be serviced. On the way back to my farm, I took a shortcut next to the Enclave ruins. Damn Lagrix came out of nowhere. I had to run before they made a meal of me. When I returned to retrieve my equipment, the salvagers had already stripped it bare. I went to their camp to get back my moisture vaporator. This smug fellow Joran told me that he found it within the ruins, and by law, it belongs to him now. He said he'd give it to me for the bargain price of 500 credits. I wasn't very happy about it, but the law was on his side, so I paid the scoundrel. Now the moisture vaporator doesn't work because it is mysteriously missing its modulator. Joran is offering to sell me a modulator he found for another 500 credits.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I suppose you could. Actually, you almost look like a salvager.
If you could go to this salvager camp and convince the salvager Joran to return my modulator, I would be very grateful.
I'm not rich, but I have some souvenirs from the war I could give you.
Where's the salvagers' camp?
It's right next to the ruins of the Jedi Enclave. Just follow the smell. You can't miss them.
I'll see what I can do.
That's great. I'm certainly not getting any help around here. If you need to know anything more, just ask me.
All right, so...
A visitor. Please, come in. Welcome to Kunda. I am Administrator Turina Adari. You're the owner of the, ship that just landed?
Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Ollamh.
Depending on your business here, the pleasure may be mutual, but you didn't answer my question. Is that ship yours?
I came in on that ship, yes.
And unless I'm much mistaken, that's the Ebon Hawk. That vessel has been on Dantooine before, during the war. That was a Jedi vessel.
I prefer to keep that quiet. Jedi don't seem to be liked around here. Or particularly anywhere these days.
That is an unfortunate truth. And a wise request, which of course I will honor. Most settlers here hold bitter memories of the Sith occupation. Right or wrong, our settlers blame the Jedi and their hidden enclave for their suffering. I remember the old Jedi Masters and the considerable help they lent to Dantooine. I still maintain discreet connections with Jedi. I suppose your arrival here is no coincidence.
Well, I am looking for a Jedi. Could you tell me who you're talking about?
My friend, let's just call him Frook. We've known each other for many years, and our continued friendship could create many problems in the current political climate. He came to Dantooine not too long ago. He was looking into something quite important. He's gone missing recently. Did he send for you in case something went wrong?
He didn't send for me, but I would like to meet with him.
Vrook and I had a mutually beneficial arrangement for several weeks. He went to the Jedi Enclave sublevel recently and hasn't returned. I know the sublevel is dangerous. I'm starting to fear the worst. Would you be willing to go to the ruins of the Enclave to look for him?
Sure.
We are fortunate that you've come. Don't expect it to be easy, though. Things rarely are with Jedi. I will have one of the militia transmit permissions to the Enclave's security door. Go expecting danger, for you will most certainly find it there. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Well, what are the dangers on the sublevel?
Like many parts of Dantooine, the sublevel of the Enclave has become infested with dangerous creatures. Large, vicious insects called Lagrex have made the sublevel their home. Several salvagers have reportedly been injured or killed by the Lagrex. I would expect a Jedi to fare better against the creatures than the salvagers, but Vrook has not returned in some time. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Is there any work I can help with?
There are plenty of opportunities to assist people on Dantooine. Too many, I'm afraid. I would go to the militia headquarters and make your intentions known there. Besides that, just listen and ask around.
Do the people of Dantooine really hate the Jedi?
To most people in the galaxy, the distinction between Sith and Jedi is a blurry one, especially since most Sith were once Jedi. It is complicated by the fact that Malak and Revan were great heroes of the Republic and famed Jedi Knights. But a few years later, they were leading an armada which threatened everyone. And here on Dantooine, the Jedi Enclave provoked a brutal occupation by the Sith. It could have been far worse, but even now the damage has not been fully mended.
Can anything be done about it?
I don't think everyone hates Jedi. If just a few people changed their minds or spoke up, it could make a great deal of difference. I think that we need the help of the Jedi. If the Jedi's reputation isn't redeemed, the consequences could be quite regrettable. Until then, I would keep your identity secret.
All right. What can you tell me about the people of Dantooine?
Who do you want to know about? There are 3 groups of people on the planet right now. The settlers, salvagers, and the mercenaries.
Well, let's start with the settlers.
Dantooine is one of the younger worlds of the Republic. A couple of generations ago, this world was still untamed. We made great progress, in no small part due to the Jedi. But recently, we have been losing ground. During the war, the most prominent settler families either fled or were executed by the Sith. Losing their resources and the Jedi was too great a loss. But now we are organizing and starting to truly work together. Once we achieve that, I am confident that Dantooine can be safe and prosperous again.
All right. You don't seem convinced by that.
No, I suppose I'm not. We need the Republic and always have. We aren't self-sufficient yet and we need aid. The fate of the Telos project is intimately tied to our own. The most humanitarian elements of the Senate have put their careers at stake in the rebuilding of Telos. If those efforts succeed, their prominence will grow and further aid will be given freely. But if they fail, there are colder, more authoritative elements in the Senate that could come to power. They would think nothing of leaving the strategically unimportant worlds to their own devices. That would be a tragic day for Dantooine and many other worlds. The Republic is in flux. Its final shape is uncertain.
All right. What are the salvagers doing on Dantooine?
They are a necessary inconvenience. Money has been a great concern to us, ever since the Sandrals and Matalays were removed during the Jedi Civil War. The agricultural exports we produce just cover basic maintenance. To expand and prosper, we needed credits. So we had to exploit a valuable resource we had, the ruins of the Jedi Enclave. It was not a decision lightly made, and even then we couldn't do the work ourselves. Too dangerous, and every settler matters on our small world. So we opened the door to enterprising salvagers. The salvagers you see now are the last remnants of that force. The tithe we took from their claims sustains what semblance of government you see now.
What are you going to do when the ruins are empty?
We plan on using those credits to improve production and protect our world. We have enough to sustain ourselves until more prosperous times.
And you coexist happily with them?
We tolerate their presence because we must, and they generally follow our laws. but their time is almost over. The Jedi Enclave's sublevel is the only place left with reasonable salvage, and it has too many dangers for them. The salvagers aren't warriors. Generally, they are out-of-work miners or cast-offs from other worlds.
All right, what about the mercenaries?
Mercenaries have been a problem for Dantooine since the end of the Mandalorian Wars. When the Jedi Enclave was here, they were firmly kept in check. But now, relations are uneasy between us. Their leader, Azkul, was a Sith trooper during the war, and I have no doubt he was very good at his job. Until they find work, tensions will grow. If you want to know more, I suggest you talk with Barun in the militia headquarters. He would have more details.
All right. I'll be going now. All right, so...
Your luck is not of the hapless settler. You are the newcomer that lands in a battered ship, yes. No friendly greetings are here for you.
What are you doing in Kunda?
I come here to speak to the militia and make them understand a truth. Something of mine they have in their possession. It's very unwise to stand in my way. I am done being inconvenienced by you.
Right. You're a cheery fellow. I'm sorry, are you, yeah.
What brings you to Kunda? Do you have any troubles to report? I'm here to help. I just hope you aren't here about Garavek.
I've had no problems with them. Who are you?
Well, call me a defective protocol droid. Manners, right. I'm Barun Modril. I'm Captain Zeron's right-hand man. I help run the militia here. Well, that makes it sound more important than I am. Zeron takes a hands-on role in running the militia. If you have any real trouble, you'd have to go to him anyway.
Isn't being hands-on a good thing?
This is sensitive. It's not really a secret, though. A lot of people are upset with Zeron. He's a hard man and doesn't answer to anybody. Except, I suppose, the administrator. The thing is, he expects everyone to follow all the laws. That's not normally a bad thing, but the mercenaries are used to having a bit more freedom. So it's like Zeron keeps prodding a rancor with a stun stick. To a rancor, it's just a minor nuisance. But if you keep at it, he's gonna fight back. The mercenaries aren't unreasonable. They're mostly just war veterans looking for work. But Zeron just keeps poking them. So he has to get involved to make sure that the militia does what he wants. Otherwise, we'd probably give the mercenaries some room.
Can't anyone do something about it?
It's tricky. You see, I think Zeron may be taking this whole thing a little personal. I'm not sure. Just a guess. I also think he's doing more to provoke them than just investigating every complaint against them hard. He's up to something. If someone could just ask a few questions, turn up some answers, maybe see if Zeron isn't being completely honest with the rest of us, well, then maybe he should be replaced.
So what can I do to help?
Just look around. See if Zeron's up to something on the side. Something that'll hurt the fragile peace we got with the mercenaries. So if you happen to find something out like that, you should see Administrator Adare. If you have to do some footwork to check into things, you'll be compensated. We should probably talk about something else. I hate going behind the captain's back. I just feel... I just have a feeling about it.
Seems like Dantooine has had a lot of trouble.
I don't even want to get into it. Ask around if you want to know the details. It'll just make my headache worse if I talk about it. I don't know what we'd do without Administrator Adare. She managed to plow through a lot of the family bickering once the Sith left during the war. She's kept us together. Oh, and, Zeron too, I suppose.
I've got a few questions about other people in the city.
I'll tell you anything that's public knowledge. Most militia news passes by me and Zeron. I might be able to help.
I wonder if you know anything about Sulru's problem?
Oh, you heard about that. We have so much to look into that Sulru's concern is pretty low on our list. We asked the salvagers, but they claim that the salvager responsible is nowhere to be found.
I've heard rumor there's a Jedi around here.
I've heard that rumor too. People get really riled up about Jedi around here. Some people seem to have a selective memory. During the war, the Jedi were a big help here. They did everything for us, from clearing out dangerous beasts to solving a murder investigation. I try to stay out of it, though. Standing up for Jedi is one way to become unpopular around here.
Well, I can understand that. Do you know if the rumor is true?
Maybe. Although I don't know why a Jedi would come back here. The only reason why people ever came here before was the Enclave. And with that gone...
Right. So doing what's right isn't always popular.
Easy to say for someone that doesn't live here. I'd rather grab an unshielded power coupling than get involved in that debate. The militia's dealing with enough already.
If good men do nothing, if good men say nothing, then the dark side triumphs.
You're not wrong there. For what good it'll do, if it comes up, I'll say what I think is right. You happy? I hope so. You may be my only friend in a few days. Talking about Jedi is just depressing these days. Any other cheerful problems you want to talk about? I'm here to... All right.
Yeah, I'll try and stay out of trouble. I make no guarantees, though. Right, so you're the weapons seller. Wait, what's your mission? To overcome their troubles, they must be able to defend themselves. Therefore, I offer the highest quality weapons at the lowest possible price. Weaponry it is, and weaponry I have. What is it you would like from me? I'd like to see what you're selling. Alright, let's take a look at the miscellaneous stuff. You have some... Ooh, okay, you do have a specialty crystal. Alright, I think that's about all we really want or need. That's a private door. For this back. Ah, here we go.
I'm the militia captain here. Are you here because you're in trouble or looking for it?
Neither?
I see. Well, what's your reason for coming to militia headquarters?
Well, I wanted to see if anyone needed a hand.
Rare thing a visitor wanting to help out. Looks to me like you're here to explore the Jedi ruins. But we have a thing or two that need doing. You seriously want to help, just ask about it. Or any other questions you might have. You want something?
What sort of work do you have?
I've seen a lot of visitors come through Kunda. You're the first one in a while that looks the capable sort. We have a small problem with Kinrath. Maybe you've already seen some of them. They're coming from a cave in the Kunda Plains. I'd take care of it myself, but there aren't many people in the militia. We'd lose too many men. There's a reward if you do it.
All right, why is the place overrun with Kinrath?
Kinrath are normally just pests. We think something happened to their nest. Started near the end of the Civil War. Nobody knows for sure. Even the Ithorian. And they're smart about such things.
Well, how dangerous is it?
Very. The Kinrath you see on the plains aren't as tough as the ones inside the caves. They may not look much different, but they are tough.
All right. What do you know about this cave?
We used some explosives to seal the cave a couple years back. Just made them angrier. They burrowed another entrance even closer to us. I know there are crystals in there, too. Some of the salvagers once thought about going in there to get some extra credits. Too many Kinrath, though. Cave is on the southeast side of the plains. Shouldn't be hard to find.
All right. Oh, wait, I think I know which cave you're talking about. I think that was actually where we found Juhani in the first one. I'll see what
That's
I can do.
all I can ask. You want something?
What is Garavik's connection with the militia?
Some of the salvagers went deep into the ruins and found a lot of Jedi relics. It's the most valuable haul the salvagers ever got. But all the salvagers that went down there are dead. So it seems every day or so some salvager comes claiming they're owed by such and such, or that they're related. The whole thing makes me sick. Garavik says he won the whole claim in a Pazak game with the last survivor, right before he killed him. But that was a fair fight. There were witnesses. But nobody remembers Garavik ever playing Pazak. I just hope someone takes this blasted claim off my hands. I'm tired of those lowlives pestering me. We've got real work to do. You want something?
Can I ask you some general questions?
You really should talk to Barun.
Look, how do you feel about the mercenaries?
I don't have anything to say about that.
Oh. How's the militia doing?
There aren't more than a dozen of us, and there's too many problems. People keep hoping that the Republic sends help, but we gotta help ourselves.
Right. Well, you've been helpful, sir. In a horrible, just in a really bad kind of way, you've been helpful, but, helpful nonetheless. All right, so let's go out and explore around. Okay, so looks like there might be something kind of. Nope. Okay, there is nothing there. We can go across the bridge there. That would take us towards actually take us up and north, it looks like, towards the ruins. But we want to explore around. We want to go ahead and take care of the Kinrath. Also, potentially get up some special crystals for sabers and stuff.
Ha! More where that came from.
Yeah! Yeah!
No one crosses me and lives.
Well, it's good to know that the Kinnereth that we're going to be facing in the caves are more difficult than this, because these guys are kind of panty. Oh, God, lady.
I'll take care of this.
This will teach
More
you.
where that came from.
Well, now this is looking interesting. What's up here?
What? You shouldn't sneak up on an old fella like that. You shouldn't be out of here anyway. This is Kinrath territory.
Well, what are you doing out here?
A couple weeks back, there was an accident here. One of the Western Fringe farmers was coming to Kunda on his swoop with a load of atmospheric sensors. We found him dead and his swoop bike all banged up. I've come back a couple of times to try to figure out if that's what really happened.
Why are you looking into it?
I'm one of the Kunda militia. They need all the able bodies they can get. I was a Republic custom inspector before I came back home. Now I'm the closest thing the militia's got to an investigator.
Do you suspect foul play?
I do. The Kinrath are dangerous. But as long as you stay on your swoop bike, there's no way they should catch you. I've carefully searched this area and haven't found anything. So maybe our man just got sloppy. We really need those atmospheric sensors. I don't suppose you'd be willing to keep an eye out for something,
What's an atmospheric sensor?
It's technical. I doubt you'd understand it. But I'd really appreciate your help. I doubt you'll be able to find any evidence of what happened here. But you might come across the atmospheric sensors. They have to be somewhere. If you find any of them, just come back here. I'll pay you 1,000 credits for each one you can find, even if they're broken.
Any idea where they could be?
No idea whatsoever. I figure it's a real long shot you'd ever spot one. But I also figure it wouldn't hurt to ask.
I'll see what I can do. Okay, there's the other way north. What's here? Oh, the crystal cave. Okay. Mercenary ahead of you doesn't notice you. He appears to walk past the Kinrath unharmed. Well, now that is curious. So the mercenaries seem to be able to walk among the Kinrath without any problem. Alright, so that'll take us to the Enclave courtyard. So I'm wondering how much the mercenaries have to do with the Kinrath being a bunch of bitches. Okay, so maybe you're just going west? Oh, whoa, wow. I think this is where we found the murder that we had to solve. Well, we didn't have to solve it, but we did solve it.
wants to die first?
Do they have to decide the order in which they die?
Hey, yeah.
All right. We are just kind of rocking it. You just hold up right there, buddy boy. Alright, and this takes us to the Enclave courtyard as well. So where are the mercenaries? Oh. You're salvagers. Okay.
Oh, a visitor comes to our delightful salvager camp. We are honored. Do you come bringing your credits and curiosity?
It's a pleasure to meet you.
A civilized person with manners. Very rare in this part of the galaxy. I am most honored to meet you. If I may, a question I pose to you, traveler. Do you wish to buy one of the most elusive of all Jedi artifacts? A powerful Jedi holocron?
You found a holocron? I'm impressed.
You flatter me, traveler. It was a good day when I found this holocron. But you are lucky, for I will sell it to you for a low price. I ask a mere 1,000 credits for this rare find. This is not a matter of negotiation. You should buy it quickly before others come.
Can I inspect the holocron? Maybe it's broken.
I assure you it isn't. I will show it to you presently. As you can see, it is in fine shape. A real bargain at a mere 1,000 credits.
That is a remarkable fake, but it's not even worth the time you're wasting describing it.
How did you know? Well, I never unload this accursed thing. This isn't my fault. You can't blame me.
How isn't this your fault?
This forgery has passed through several hands in this camp. I am merely the latest victim. I wish to abandon this dung heap.
So you didn't make this?
No, of course not. Another salvager sold it to me, and he bought it from another one before him. When there were more salvagers, incidents like this were common. But now there are few of us, and I'm stuck with this garbage. There's no way I can make it home to my family and children.
I doubt you even have a wife.
You with all your observations. I'm not going to talk to you about the holocron anymore. So, what should we talk about?
What can you tell me about the planet?
There isn't much to see around here. The planet is very lightly populated by settlers, mercenaries, and us.
What are the mercenaries doing on Dantooine?
I don't know nor care. They're trouble, but fortunately they ignore us. When they're looking for work, they mainly bother the settlers.
What are the settlers like?
They want nothing to do with us. The only thing they want is part of our profits. And now that salvaging is running out, I doubt they will tolerate our presence much longer.
What can you tell me about the salvagers?
We come from many different planets, drawn to the rumors of fortune. I believe the early salvagers did make some credits, but latecomers like myself barely find anything. Early salvagers said that the ruins were mostly empty to begin with. Many think that the administrator didn't allow us to salvage until her people were done with it.
Right. Well, I've got to go.
You a new salvager? Or one of those Kunda cantina rats coming here to complain?
No, I guess I'm a salvager, technically.
Well, we don't need another one. Look around this camp. We got the salvaging more than covered. I'm gonna give you some advice. Turn back. There's nothing you're gonna find.
Why don't you think I'll find anything?
Because anything valuable in the ruins was carted away months ago. The only salvagers left are either desperate, ornery, or not right in the head. And while you look dirty enough to be here, I don't think you're any of those things. So go back to Kunda.
What do you do around here?
I've been here the longest, and I'll be here last. I buy Jedi salvage from the ruins. Slow business now, but I get by.
Who do you sell it to?
Sometimes I sell them to visitors like yourself. Besides, that's none of your flaming business.
Can I see what Jedi artifacts you have for sale?
You should have let me know you're a customer instead of letting me think you're some disease-ridden salvager. Let me show you what I've got.
Why do you think I'm disease-ridden? That is very rude, ma'am. Alright, so you just have, like, all kinds of good stuff. Adds dexterity, adds charisma and wisdom. Good against droids. Wow, but these are like massively expensive.
Tapele gathered a group to go to the sub-level. They're probably all gonna get killed.
Okay, so there's the Enclave. Wow, yeah, that... Ooh. That looks bad. Cath Hounds? Alright. Maybe we'll take a look around this way, see if we can't find our mercenaries that we need to deal with.
I shall honor them with battle.
I see you over here.
This will teach you.
Alright, so there should be a way down here, yeah. And, oh, hello.
Yes?
Alright, so we can go ahead and give you increased speed. Whew. To give him a bit of conditioning, why not?
You've wandered into the wrong camp. You got the look of a warrior, and we got all the blasters we need.
I know how this works. A mercenary or two can easily get work during the dry times as a bounty hunter or bodyguard. There's always odd jobs around, but large mercenary groups have to wait for things to get interesting to make their credits. It can be very lucrative and challenging work if there are battles to be fought.
If you're looking for work too, just take a trip spaceward. We don't need any more competition. Got it?
I'm not looking for work.
Then maybe we can get along just fine.
I've heard you've been making trouble for the settlers?
What if we do? They're practically begging to be pushed around. You've seen them, right? They're weak.
Their skills might not lie solely in warfare. This isn't a failing.
You sound like a flaming Jedi. I didn't just mean their weapons. I meant their character. They're very quick to blame everyone but themselves for their problems. So the galaxy has dealt them a bad hand. They should ante up and get back in the game. The administrator is different.
What do you think about Dantooine?
It's just another spaceport to me. We've been here too long for my tastes. And the settlers...
Why did you choose Dantooine as your base?
We have to live somewhere. Something those settlers don't seem to understand. That flaming administrator and her cath hound Zeron can't keep their noses out of our business. There's a natural order to things that they just don't seem to get. They'll learn.
What are you planning to do?
Just make sure these settlers know their place. The Republic isn't going to send a single trainee to help this planet.
What about the settlers?
It galls me to think we fought wars to protect Gizka like them. They don't do anything to help themselves, and they don't know how to take responsibility. They're on their own, and either they should start working and stop whining, or else they're in for a tough ride.
What do you think about the administrator?
She's got spirit, but she seems to focus most of her effort on trying to get us off this planet. Terena has to learn that we aren't moving.
Can we talk about something else?
I have time to kill, and talking about Dantooine just irritates me.
Can you tell me about the mercenaries?
Most of us are veterans of the Jedi Civil War. Some even fought in the Mandalorian Wars. A lot of soldiers have been looking for a place in the galaxy. The really skilled usually wind up here.
Who's your leader?
A Sentiate by the name of Azkul. He was an elite trooper for Malak during the Jedi Civil War. He knows how to wage war.
Why haven't you been lining up a job? Why haven't you been lining up a job?
We had a contract with the Republic, doing some work in the Outer Rim. But they scaled back, and we were some of the casualties. Now the Republic isn't hiring anymore. I hear they have no credits.
So what do you do when you're between jobs?
We find ways to divert ourselves. A lot of us find odd jobs. There are many more mercs around than what you see on Dantooine. We're spread out. I have time to kill.
Alright, don't really have much of anything else to talk to them about.
Smells like another salvager's come to our camp. Vacate, Mudlicker. Don't make me tell you again.
Ease off, Nalik. There's better sport than this one.
I don't need help to take out a Mudlicker. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Like your friend said, I'm not a salvager. I'm a warrior, like yourself.
You fighting any wars? I fought in the Jedi Civil War. I guess you don't look like much of a salvager.
Which side were you on in the war?
Sides don't matter much. We're all soldiers. Most of us mercenaries worked with the Sith. Not too many Republic soldiers survived the war.
Why did you want to fight me?
I thought you were one of those useless salvagers. Or perhaps an uppity settler. I've had about enough of their attitude. So I figured blasting one of them would have done me some good. It's been a while since we've had work.
What are you mercenaries up to?
You were a soldier too, so you know I'm not gonna answer you.
You want to answer my question?
I want to answer your I don't know for sure. I hear rumors. I heard we got a secret job working with some powerful organization. No one tells me who. I know we're planning an attack soon, but I don't know against who. They aren't too far though, because we're expecting to attack soon.
Any hint on who you're attacking?
We're preparing to attack soon, so they have to be in this sector of the galaxy. They've been very quiet about who the enemy is. I don't feel so well. I feel dizzy. I gotta go now.
Right.
Look who's walked into our camp, boys. Mandalore himself has come to visit us.
I am the new Mandalore. I have reclaimed Mandalore's helmet, lost after our defeat at Revan's hands. Assemble the rest of your clan. You will return to Duxon. We must come together as we were before and prepare to fight a new war. A war that will return us to glory.
And if I take that helmet from you, guess that makes me the new Mandalore. I've always wanted to be called that. I know all about your exploits, Mandalore. We have fallen far in the past years, but even still, I will not stand idly while a usurper claims to be my leader.
It is unfortunate that you feel that way. Perhaps I'll be able to change your mind.
We'll see about that. For Mandalore!
Time to die.
Undertakers. No, Mandalore. We will follow you.
Good. I have no desire to spill any more Mandalorian blood today. Gather your clan and return to Duxon. You have seen the last of your mercenary days.
Yes, Mandalore.
That's what I figured when they were saying, oh yeah, there's mercenaries and the Mandalorians. It's like, ooh, okay. So yeah, there is some kind of an attack going on.
I don't suppose you're here to hire us. What if we do? Most of us are veteran.
Alright. So we can't ask him about this.
The warrior returned.
Alright.
You were so...
Okay, so we can't get him to...
Stay out of our way.
But we do know that they are, like, talking about, hey, we are preparing to fight. They just don't, we just don't know who they're preparing to fight or why. I mean, it's fairly obvious, I think, that they are preparing to fight the, they are actually trying to prepare to fight the Kuma or whatever the town.
You still...
I'd like to talk to you about the dead salvage.
It's a shame about them. Have any luck getting to their body?
I'm still looking for
Yeah, well... I've been here the long...
Right.
If you're not... And they're now dead. So, if you find a couple human...
Right, so... That seems like...
Us salvagers that are still here have to stick together.
Fair enough. Alright, so yeah... If I'm going down there, can I look for basically can I try and find the salvagers that were lost in the deep in the under ruins? So we've helped Mandalore secure even more Mandalorian troops. Let's just hope he doesn't turn them against the Republic. But I had a feeling, because I remember when we left Duxon, he was like, hey, I'm going with you because I want to see if there's, I want to find more Mandalorian clans that are, out there. Alright, so the mercenaries, surprise, surprise, aren't willing to share their secret on how they can just walk past. Alright, let's go ahead and do a save here real quick. It is not remarkable to find a pale rubble in a cave. However, this rubble was not present the last time you were here. Oh. Okay.
Prepare yourself.
Alright, and we can level up. We're gonna go ahead and level up our security a couple, I think. Powers. Revitalize. Oh no. For suppression, this ability will cancel normal and improved versions of the following force powers: Force Aura, Force Valor, Burst of Speed, Energy Reduction, stuff like that. Oh, that could be kind of fun, really. Let's go ahead and add that one. Now this is an interesting looking place. Environmental suit. That, it looks like a... Yeah, that looks like some sort of a cage or a cell.
This will teach you.
Bitch.
Let us test ourselves. A challenge. Oh!
Yutapak, mito, hai best nika tochi mapa krawe no sha. What a lot chiba fuso bachila nuba chubanok.
I apologize.
Yatuka, Uwanrika, Chotin, Wanima, Orata, Wakata.
But what are you doing here? There are dangerous Kenneth around. The Kenneth don't attack you. Why is that?
Huta Yanolia. Jukta Genechu, Bawanki, Majung, Winoton, no Mivrita.
Look, I'm an explorer like you. You can share your secret with me.
Kavanatakalu! Kavanami donkey. Kavanatakalu!
Ever since discovered that these...
Sochu. The come just mag Miki
the
Baragneto
rectum
so
that keeps them from attacking each other.
Mogo. Yatuka uwanurika chotin wanim aurata wakata chiluma lithpa.
Right, so the scent glands. What do you know about the other mercenaries? Most of the mercenaries here are rather surly, but that happens anytime there's a significant downtime between jobs. What I've heard, we should be getting another job real soon, but I don't know what it will be exactly. They tend to keep me out of the loop. Why do they keep you out of the loop?
Kavadumpa, mo
Truth be
wendido
told, I don't
chokerembi
fit in well with the
nortakunyon
others.
wish chawakachuba. Sura dachi morotuko gansa.
Right, you're given special privileges. You mentioned crystals.
Yatuka
Yes, the
uwanurika
crystals in this
chotin
cave are unlike
wanim
any that
aurata
I've seen.
wakata
Some are warm to the
chiluma
touch, while
lithpa.
others are freezing. They seem to draw and contain energy of some sort. The energy you speak of is the Force. I sense some small Force potential within you.
Yatuka uwanurika
Would
chotin
speak of the
wanim
Force if I
aurata
were you, most of
wakata
my mercenary
chiluma
brethren
lithpa.
would assume that you are a Jedi and try to collect the bounty on you. Well, I am a Jedi. Yes, I thought you might be. Again, I recommend you keep that quiet. I won't betray your secret, but the other mercenaries may be more opportunistic than I am. Do you have an extra sync land I can use?
Yatuka
Sadly,
uwanurika
I only have
chotin
one in my
wanim aurata
person,
wakata.
which I need. Okay. I'll be going then. Not that I'm terribly worried about, like, the Kinnorath. They're not that big of a deal. I've already cleared out like half the caves. So you know anything about this this cave and stuff or this cage that's down this way? That's a little suspect. Not something you expect to find in a cave full of like wicked creatures. Get out of the way! Why did you stop attacking?
This will teach you.
No one crosses me and lives.
I have been poisoned.
You're fine. Good grief. A hive Kinnereth. Explosive rockets. Ooh.
Your thoughts are disturbed. I can feel them from a great distance, like a shiver running through you.
This place affects me strangely. There is a tingling in my forehead.
Force-sensitive locations such as this absorb and reflect Force energy. The crystals are the catalyst here. I sense that Revan once passed through here, leaving a strong impression behind in the crystals. Perhaps future Jedi who visit this cave will feel our presence, as if seeing our footprints preserved in the soil.
Tell me more about these crystals.
The crystals here are infused with the Force. Some could be harvested and used for lightsabers.
You said the crystals absorb the Force. I feel strange, but not weaker.
The crystals here do not drain Force energy from Jedi. They collect the excess energy that radiates from those attuned to the Force.
Okay. And yeah, that's what's driving the Kinnereth bonkers.
I shall honor them with battle.
Ha! More where that came from.
Oh!
I'll take care of it.
All right. All right, a special type of crystal. So yeah, we're definitely gathering up plenty of crystals. Oh! A crystal
responds to you. This is very rare indeed.
What do you mean?
The crystal's bond with you is such that the stronger you become in the Force, the more powerful your crystal will grow. This crystal will make an excellent focus for a lightsaber.
Is the bond dangerous?
Quite the contrary. Picture yourself as a sieve, and the Force as water pouring into you. This crystal draws from the excess water that escapes the sieve.
Does the crystal feed off the light side of the Force?
The crystal is in tune with you. It will use whatever water that pours through you, be it dark or light.
All right. So, yeah, that's interesting. I wasn't expecting to see, like, just a crystal with my name. All right. Let's make sure we've gathered up all the crystals that we can. We're not gonna destroy any eggs. So let's see here. Cave crawling. You've killed the Kinnereth matriarch. This will hamper the Kinnereth's ability to procreate, which should make the Kunda Plains much safer in the future. Sensor search. You found 3 broken atmospheric sensors. Said he'll pay you 1,000 credits for them. He's probably still investigating that swoop bike wreckage. All right, and she wants us to go in there. Change into the guard. The Jedi have an extremely bad reputation. We're trying to fix that. Relics of the past. Lost in the shadows. Right. Was in secret farm equipment. War veteran is having trouble with Joran, a salvager who sold him stuff. Okay, right. So yeah, why do I think we're gonna wind up back in here at some point with basically to free somebody from that cell? I just get these feelings every once in a while, like when you see an empty cell in a place where nobody's around. It's like, okay. Suspicious. So yes, the Kinnereth should no longer be a huge deal. But we also do need to find a workbench and, like, get things set up. But, real quick, first, I need to take a real quick break, so we'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. So, let's run up here to this dude and say, hey, I got 3 of your, things.
I don't suppose you found it.
Actually, I found 3 of them.
That's great news. My offer still stands. I'll pay you 3.
There you go.
Thanks for your help on this. Here are the credits as promised. I'll get this to Zeron when I get back to Kunda.
Alright, so... that looks like we've got that all... That is done and done. So we can go back into here, talk to boss man of the militia and be like, hey, so yeah. I do want to... that one's locked, and we can't pick the lock. Okay. I don't suppose you guys have a workbench, do you? Medical lab, storage, droid station, and workbench. Okay.
Hello there. All right.
Yeah, I don't actually have any proof that he is involved in anything.
It's you again. You want some?
Yep, I cleared out the Kinnereth cave.
So you did. Here's the credits I told you about. Even with the caves cleared, I imagine it'll take some time before the Kinrath aren't on the plains. That was very helpful of you. You've saved some lives today. You want something?
Let's see here. I want to talk about the dead salvager's claim.
I'll tell you what I tell all those grubby salvagers. No body, no claim.
Okay. Alright, you acquire a key card to get in there. Requires a key card. So at least we do have some stuff that we can go ahead and sort out our upgrade our lightsabers. One of which is going to be updated to the point where it will level with us, which is pretty sweet. All right. It's a white crystal that is bonded that reflects our power. The crystal glows moderately. So this one is giving us a +1 to attack, +3 to dexterity, +3 to strength, +4 to wisdom, and +3 damage light side. All right. You are giving us +2 charisma and 1d10 cold. Which, you know, we'll keep you guys. Let's just go ahead and select the lightsabers. Alright, you are giving us +2 attack, +3 damage, +1 attack, +1d6. All right, so let's take a look and see who else needs... some... All right, we'll give you +3 attack and... +1 attack, +1d6 damage. All right, so we've got what? 1, 2, we've got room for 3 more crystals. We'll take the 2 that hate one another, basically.
Ready.
The honor is mine.
Alright, so we've got all of that. We still need to find the head, the head, the chief mercenary, rather. We still need to find the, we still need to find our, the weirdo, the scavenger that's, like, trying to, extort money. Which I'm thinking they might be in the old enclave. Because, yeah, I'm not seeing that person's, I'm not seeing that guy's name. I'm not seeing anybody that starts with a J. Alright, let's go deal with some Cath Hounds.
Prepare yourself. This will teach you. Let us test ourselves. This will teach you. This will teach you.
Alright, so this will give us to the... Oh, this is just a caved-in door. That's not gonna be good. So we can't really get into the regular area, it looks like. But it did look like there were some... Yeah, there's some people over here.
That runt of a Cath Hound, he's the one with the backpack. Did anybody grab anything from the room? Anybody? What do you want?
What's the problem?
I managed to get this sad lot of salvagers to work together. Then we get 2 rooms into the sub-level, and we get swarmed by Lagrex. And even then we fight our way out. But of course the only one that managed to grab the salvage is still in there. I don't even know why I bothered.
What can you tell me about the Lagrex?
Nothing. Find out for yourself. I'm not interested in training the competition. Now, if you don't mind, we're going someplace you can't eavesdrop on us, and get down to our business.
Well, alright, bitch. I guess when I get the salvage, I'll just keep it. So let's see if we... I don't think we can open this door because it said it was a caved-in door. Yeah. This door to the upper level is completely caved in and inaccessible. Not surprising. Fine then, let's go to the lower levels. So you were 2 rooms in? Alright. That's not looking good. Right, so these guys are not that much of a problem. It's like an old meeting room, maybe a training room.
To battle.
Is someone out there? Anybody? Help! Lagrix are everywhere! Help me! I'm trapped in here!
Are you Joran?
Yes, yes I am. I locked the door in here. I thought I was gonna be Lagrek compost. Did you take care of him, stranger?
There's still some Legrets around.
Please, take care of them. I can't stand much more of this. If you do manage to clear a path, please come back.
All right. So...
Let us test ourselves.
Central room.
A weakness is revealed.
Salvager's corpse. He's got, oh, I've received a dead salvager as an item? That seems a little odd. A stuck door. All right. Well, we're gonna have to go around and get rid of all of these guys anyway. I didn't know they could fire.
This one will fall.
Oh, they're all gonna fall eventually. Trust me.
Let us test ourselves. A weakness is revealed.
Yeah, not much of a test.
This will teach you.
Just gonna put that out there. This is not much of a test. I kind of feel like we're a little overpowered by this. Ooh, okay. You are a deadly one.
A weakness is revealed.
Oh, never mind.
A weakness is revealed. A weakness is revealed. A weakness is revealed. A weakness is revealed.
Good gods. You want to wait for the rest of us?
This will teach you.
Oh! Yeah! Oh!
computer panel. This computer terminal has some external damage, but everything appears to be intact. Access work log. Volume not found. Data corruption. Please contact head technician to resolve the issue. All right. Access system commands. Failed mainframe connection disconnected from children. Okay. Camera control. Right. So we need to reconnect the... Alright, so we need to reconnect the mainframe. Hello? Who are you?
I am an historian and scientist working for the Republic, although I'm certain my contemporaries would judge me more a historian than scientist.
What are you doing here?
Like you, I was looking for some trace of the Jedi. I had heard mention that one of the Jedi Masters had gone there, but I found no trace of them.
That's not the only reason.
The other reason was the ruins of the Jedi Enclave, and once I arrived, I felt it was necessary to stay, to protect what was left.
Left?
Much had been taken from the Enclave, both by raiders and others. I wished to preserve what I could.
What others?
Many artifacts were taken from the Enclave, but these thefts, they had to have been done by someone who knew the Enclave well. I suspect the Jedi themselves took the holocrons and records, but I do not know why.
I think you underestimate the ingenuity of salvagers. Even the Jedi cannot protect their secrets from those clever or persistent enough. Besides, the Jedi who knew the Enclave are mostly perished, and the ones who survived would not steal from this place.
It was my mistake to use the term thefts. I apologize. In any case, if Jedi did take things, for the sake of preservation, of course, then they left no clue as to where they may have taken them.
You mentioned holocrons.
Someone has been taking holocrons from sites across the galaxy. It is almost as if someone does not want their knowledge used to find the Jedi. The situation on Dantooine is echoed in other places in the galaxy. Raiders, smugglers, all seek to plunder what remains of the Jedi, and even the Sith. More so than the Jedi themselves, I fear the loss of their history.
Why is that?
Much has been forgotten in recent wars, and I fear that greater troubles shall stem from that loss of knowledge in the future. The destruction of the Academy on Ossus near the Kron Drift in the Sith War, the teachings of Master Arca, the adventures of Jolie Bindo on the Rimward missions. All of these things are in danger of being lost forever. What else would you like to know?
Do you know what happened to the Jedi?
No. It is something of a mystery why they would exile themselves as they have. It is not the way of the Jedi to vanish in such a way, especially when the Republic is in need of them. I fear that there is something else at work, something that we cannot see. Then again, perhaps the Jedi are hiding simply because so many people hate them these days.
Why do you think people hate the Jedi?
It is difficult sometimes for the Jedi to see such things, since much of it is rooted in human nature, and the Jedi are often removed from events of daily life, insulated. But the reason the Jedi Civil War was named such was because few in the galaxy can recognize the difference between the Sith and the Jedi. To them, they are both Jedi, with different philosophies.
But the Jedi have protected the galaxy for centuries. They seek peace, often through sacrifice.
Not always. Jedi often fall. They cause much harm on Onderon, for example, in the name of peace and protection. Uleg Keldroma and Exar Kun, the two Dark Lords during the Sith War many decades ago, were once Jedi Knights, as were Revan and Malak. It is perhaps more amazing that some still trust Jedi after many have fallen and endangered the galaxy. It is also proof that a single Force wielder can change the face of the galaxy, and that is a frightening thing indeed.
Do you hate the Jedi?
Hate? No. I do not hate them. They only raise questions without answers. Jedi are not supposed to be like the rest of us. They are supposed to see a higher purpose in all things. And they are supposed to train students responsibly and well, so mistakes of the past are not repeated. Yet all I saw was ignorance and arrogance, and what those seeds created in the Republic. It is difficult to follow the Jedi Code when so few others have. But you know this.
What do you mean?
Many Jedi defy the Order during the Mandalorian Wars, and it paved the way for the Jedi Civil War.
Do you blame the Jedi that turned or the Council? Well, I was one of those Jedi, and I must accept part of that responsibility.
There is no blame. All must accept. But, at its core, one must wonder if it was the failure of the Jedi teachings or the teachers themselves. Many of the Jedi Council trained Exar Kun, Ollamh, Revan, and Malak. How could they not see the danger they posed? And if they could not, perhaps there was some essential part of their teachings that was flawed. Something beyond the Jedi Code that they were missing.
Revan and Malak would have received the same training I did.
I am not certain you understand what happened with Revan. Do you wish me to explain?
Go on.
Revan was captured in the middle of the Jedi Civil War, due in no small part to his apprentice Malak, who turned on him. Revan was brought before the Jedi Council and put on trial. You must understand that the situation was desperate, and the Jedi needed to know how Revan had amassed the forces arrayed against them. As I understand it, they were able to convince Revan to have a change of heart. Revan helped the Republic defeat Malak. Perhaps in his conversation with the Jedi Masters, they were able to convince him of the rightness of their actions.
Do you know who trained Revan?
Revan had many masters. Zar, Dorak, Master K before K left for the wars. Towards the end of his training, he sought out many to learn techniques. It is said that he returned to his first master at the end of his training in order to learn how he might best leave the Order.
Okay.
What else would you like to know?
Let's see here. Why do you work for the Republic?
I'm trying to save the Republic. Dantooine and the Jedi Order are instrumental to that effort. Despite the troubles of the Jedi Civil War, there are those among the Republic who still favor the Jedi and wish them to return. And there are admirals within the fleet who recognize that the Jedi must be found if the Republic is to hold together. Yet as long as Onderon remains within the Republic and the efforts on Telos succeed, that is all that matters.
Why Telos and Onderon?
The Republic is fragile right now. Telos is important because its success will determine whether or not the other dead worlds receive the same reconstruction efforts. If Telos is rebuilt and made habitable again, it will affect a string of worlds along the rim.
And Onderon?
Onderon, strangely enough, was unaffected by the Jedi Civil War. It's almost as if Revan didn't want to attack it. Its resources and position on the rim make it a vital supply line and guard post against outer rim attacks. Also, it's the only world in the Republic still capable of seeding ecosystems into other dead worlds. Onderon's wildlife is some of the most aggressive in the known galaxy. Merely placing some of those beasts on target worlds will guarantee their habitation for years to come.
Why are the Jedi Order important?
The Jedi are a symbol. As much damage as their reputation took during the Sith War and the Jedi Civil War, there are still many who they serve as an example. Plus, there have been times in the past where a single Jedi has been enough to change the face of a world, or a galaxy. I suppose I still believe that might be possible. Despite the betrayal of many of the Jedi against the Republic, I must concede that as figureheads, they do serve a vital role. What else would you like to know?
You look familiar to me.
I imagine in your travels of the galaxy you've seen many people. Faces tend to blur together after a time. What else would you like to know?
Tell me about the Republic.
I do not know if you are aware of how fragile the Republic is at the moment. Its influence is stretched thin, and it grows weaker with time. The Jedi Civil War brought much suffering to the galaxy, and the forces that Malak and Revan amassed against us seemed limitless. Many worlds were destroyed, trade routes disrupted, and the Republic fleet was almost decimated. It was almost the end. But at that last year, the year before Revan vanished, Revan's assault on the Republic stopped. No one knows why. But it was all that saved the Republic. The fleet the Sith had amassed was no more, and the remaining Sith turned on each other, destroying the Academy on Korriban. It did not matter. Revan had already won.
What do you mean?
The war was costly, and it shattered the Republic. In time, the Republic might recover, but if a threat strikes now, if certain key worlds are not held, then the Republic will collapse. What else would you like to know?
I better get...
Before you go, I had a question for you. You came to Dantooine in search of Jedi. Why?
The Sith are awake in the galaxy, and I'm going to need their help to stop them.
If the Sith are rising in the galaxy again, then it is strange the Jedi would not be there to meet them, and that we have not seen more evidence of the Sith.
Trust me, the Sith are out there. They've been hunting me since Paragus.
No, I believe you. I merely find such subtleties among the Sith to be strange. They have been known to practice deception, but in the histories, since the time of the Dark Lords Khun and Keldroma, and Revan and Malak, such subtleties have been rare. I will return to Kunda now and await the next transport. You may find me there if you have more questions.
Okay. Whoa. 3 dead mercenaries lay here, accompanied by signs of combat. Each of the mercenaries bears evidence that they were killed by a lightsaber. Uh-huh. Alright, target visor and a data pad. Azkul's orders. This datapad contains orders from Azkul, the leader of the mercenaries on Dantooine. Rook has wandered into the Enclave alone. You will take a full squad and capture the Jedi alive. Bring him to our nook in the Kinnereth Caves to wait transport to Nar Shaddaa. He will fetch a fine bounty. Right. So you remember that cage that we found in the caves? Yeah, the one that I was like, think we're gonna have to save somebody's ass from this. Well, looks like I was right.
A weakness is revealed. This is fall.
Datapad for the storage room. The journal is found near a gnawed clean skeleton of a scavenger. The last entry is of interest. I made it further into the Enclave than any other scavenger. I've discovered an untouched storage room. The computer in the power relay station should allow me to open the security door. Once I figure out how to sneak past the Lagrath that have made a nest there, I will leave Dantooine rich.
Too bad a weakness is revealed. Prepare yourself.
Alright, who just used Force Lightning? Power relay station. Open the storage room. Security doors non-responsive. Please contact head technician. Task 1046B, head technician Dargar Chester. I'm here investigating complaints that the storage room door is sticking shut. Following a recent mishap with a defective flaming protocol droid, my assistant Tan will be on hand to open the door for me if I get stuck in the storage room. Let's see here. Okay. I would rather not overload the terminal of the place where I'm like, of the terminal that I'm standing right next to and interacting with. Call me crazy, but I don't find the idea of blowing up something right next to me appealing. You found a will on the salvager. The will states that all its possessions should be left to another dead salvager you found. Dorala will no doubt be interested in getting her hands on the salvager's bodies and the will. I'm not going to change the will. Datapad has the will of the dead salvager. It is badly misspelled and indicates that if he dies, his possession should go to another salvager that ventured into the sublevels with him. Right, so that's fun.
Soon you shall know pain.
Alright, so there's the...
This will teach you.
Basically, that's just a computer room. Basically, like a bunch of learning terminals. Alright, and this looks like a... This looks like a dormitory. Alright, there's nothing left here. Good. get to level up again. All right, let's take a look at our powers. Right, we have the Force Breach, which we will cancel out Aura of Valor, Burst of Speed, Energy Resistance, Force Resistance, Battle Meditation, Force Barrier, Force Body, Force Fury. All 6 tiers of Force Inspire followers are also canceled with this power. These powers are instantly canceled, but the target can reactivate them if the Force points are available. Well, being able just to be like, nope, screw you, you don't get to use your special little powers. Sounds amazing. Anytime you can give the finger to another Force user, yeah, it sounds cool. Ooh, a dark Jedi robe. Now, what is that doing here? All right, I think we have gone everywhere we need to go. I think we've taken care of all of the bugs.
Is that you?
The Lagrex are in this area are
You
dead.
must be fierce with a blaster then. Give me a moment, I sort of jammed the door a bit. Just don't leave.
Thanks for saving me. I thought those Lagrex had me for sure.
Let's see here. You sold Suru a defective moisture evaporator.
What do I know about moisture vaporators? Well, I told him I wasn't sure if it would work or not.
This man lies.
Hey, can we please talk about this later when we're not in danger of being eaten by Lagrex?
No, I want to talk about it now.
Sorry, I gotta go. You can meet me.
Fine. You run your chicken ass on out of here. So yeah, we have storage, we have the power relay station, which I don't know if we've seen where the main computer is, or the main... Oh, the main computer panel's right there? Really? Okay. Back before you could jump in most games. I do not miss these days. Did we not go in here? Oh, right. It's the droid. Hang on. Head technician. I can't believe Zerka Corp released a new protocol droid model with so many flaws. The batch we ordered last month have all fried out from overheating. The Zerka rep said the droid was designed for temperature-controlled environments, such as a starship, but I don't buy it. The real problem is the Sith-cursed power cell that the new model runs too hot. And worse, the output modulator was installed right next to the cell. It's the first thing to get melted into slag when the cell overheats. Needless to say, without a functioning output motivator, you could jostle the droid and it would pop like fireworks on Republic Day. So I'm working with Zerka Rep to get these defective droids replaced. In the meantime, I've powered down the new protocol droids so that they don't cause any more accidents. Prior ones... main computer non-responsive, right. Okay, so we could reactivate them. I'm not sure what good that would do. I mean, unless we can get them to... Unless we could get them, like, over to the storage room door. Without them blowing up. Which honestly sounds like a chore and a half, because it's like, I mean, well, there aren't any more enemies, so that's not like they're gonna be, you know, they're potentially gonna get bumped or hit by anything. All right. Well, for now, we're going to have to go ahead and save the game here. In day 145. Gods, I hope not. Anyway, so yeah, that's where we're going to end for tonight. So tomorrow we're going to see if we can't get into the storage room somehow. If we can, cool. If we can't, no big deal. And then we're going to go and see if we can't save Master Rook. Who I think is like, he's the human, not the Yoda character. Anyway, with that said, as always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, consider prodding that subscribe button. Don't forget, the top link in the description down below will take you to our fourth wall page where we have all kinds of merch like our Outer Worlds inspired branded t-shirts, our Stardew Valley inspired mugs, and much, much more. If you want to be kept up to date of when we go live, make sure to ring the bell, but also check out the social media links down below, like the Facebook page, the Twitter account, Tumblr account, Blue Sky account, and the permanent invite for the Discord server, where I try to make sure to notify you guys of when we go live. For example, in about 2 hours, we will be back with more Stardew Valley, and then tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time, we'll be back with more Knights of the Old Republic 2. All that so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. Cheerio!